Alright, all you cheap gamers out there, we have a bunch of $10 and under deals on the PlayStation Store mid-year deal sale. This is probably the last video I'll be making about this sale because I think I've covered off pretty much all the decent stuff in this sale at this point. This video is for the most budget gamers with the most budget deals. Stuff for $1, $2, $3, $5, and under 10 bucks. Called it under 10, but most of the stuff is less than that. So let's look at the deal. Okay, normal spiel, make sure you subscribe. We're working towards 50,000 subscribers on the channel. If this is the first video of mine you've ever seen, go ahead and give this video a like and hit the subscribe button down below. I'm noticing that my average view duration on these videos is decreasing significantly. You guys are just skipping ahead to the different deals. So the videos aren't performing nearly as well as they used to anymore. Let me know if there's any other types of videos you would like to see and we can look at making them as well. We're working towards 50K like I said, so we're gonna need to change things up a little bit. We are gonna hammer through some of these. There's a bunch of stuff here for me to get through. I think like 20, 25 things. Let's just speed run these. All right, let's look at some cheap games. Battlefield 5. Now I know this was just on PlayStation Plus, but it's down to $4, 90% off. They're flogging a dead horse at this point, just trying to get it out to as many people as possible. It's not the best Battlefield game, but for $4, I mean, it's a pretty decent deal for $4, and you'll have $4 worth of entertainment out of it for sure, especially if you're a gamer on a budget and you're looking for some discounted things to play. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, I think most people probably earned this for free as part of PlayStation's Stay at Home or Play at Home initiative earlier on in the year. It's $10 at this point, which is, you know, a great price for this game. If you haven't picked it up by now, fantastic open world game, $10 for this, and you're all ready for the new Horizon game, Forbidden West, I believe, when it comes out later on this year for PS4 and the PlayStation 5 as well. Really good open world action game. If you like Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, Days Gone, God of War, this will be right up your alley. Street Fighter 5 is down to $8. This is a little bit high. I would probably have expected this to be $5. This has been given to us with PlayStation Plus as well at some point. Losing my voice there. But $8 is not bad for a game that has such an active online community in it, especially if you're into fighting games. If you're casually into fighting games, this can be good fun as well, but I mean, if you're probably quite seriously into fighting games, you're probably already playing it. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. This is the PS4 version of this game. Now, this isn't as good as the PS3 version of the game. I think I can't remember what the PS3 one was called, but it was just so much better than this. This is like a 3D fighting game, 3D arena fighter style game, sort of like the 3D Dragon Ball games or One Piece games and how they play. It's not the best anime game out there, but if you're a JoJo fan like me, then you'll have some fun with this one at 85% off. Detroit Become Human, $10 for this one. This is a great narrative-driven adventure game. If you're looking for something that is not much of a game, but more of a cinematic experience, more of a movie to play through, you can play through this one. And the choice-based stuff makes this a lot of fun to play with a significant other as well, so I highly recommend that. Batman Return to Arkham, I recommend this like every sale, but $5, you're getting 2 games here for $5. Fantastic deal here, you cannot go wrong with this. Batman Return to Arkham is Arkham Origins. No, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Asylum is like more stealth-based action combat, and City is like open-world action combat. I personally really dug Arkham Asylum. Massive fan of this one. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. This is the only version of Sleeping Dogs on the PS4. It's $4.49. Great price for this one. Basically just an open world GTA style clone set in Hong Kong. More focused on hand-to-hand combat rather than shooting or anything like that, but you get to explore this big open world. It has really cool fighting mechanics and it has really cool driving mechanics. Both of these things the game excels at. Fantastic game here, but PS3 era style game, so remember that when you purchase it. Borderlands The Handsome Collection is down to $10. This includes Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, both massive RPG games in their own right. You can play through these whole games in co-op, so pretty decent price. This one does get discounted pretty frequently though, but solid pricing. Our old favorite, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. This one is always discounted as well, down to this $5 price point, but this is a massive open world game and Kojima's final game for Konami. It's final Metal Gear game and probably one of the best Metal Gear games that's ever come out. You get to explore this massive open world and really tackle it in whichever way you want to, which is something that not a lot of games do today. It doesn't do as much hand holding as a lot of games, and that's, you know, kind of really nice. Speaking of hand holding, Alien Isolation, for $6, you're gonna want someone to hold your hand while you play this one because it is absolutely spooky and terrifying. The game itself sees you exploring the alien ship in first person, and you have this alien which just moves around the environment independently of everything else. It's controlled by an AI and you can't kill it. But the thing that makes it so spooky is that it's just so random, which means that every person's experience with the alien is completely different and unique, which is damn cool in my opinion. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, this one is pretty old at this point. I think the game came out in 2013 and it has been ported and brought over to the PlayStation 4. $3 though for this one. This is the start of the new Tomb Raider trilogy, so if you're looking to get into those games, this is where to start. It has a pretty terrible multiplayer mode, especially if you're going for trophies, but if you're just going to play an awesome third-person action game that's like Uncharted, then this is that game for you. Star Wars Jedi Knights. This is Jedi Academy. This game came out like it's old, but it's just been recently brought out to the PlayStation 4, I believe. This isn't too old, but it's 50% off, $10 on the PlayStation Store. If you're looking for some old school LucasArts Star Wars action, then this is the one to check out. You've got Anthem Standard Edition for $9.59, but you do get an additional 10% off if you have PlayStation Plus, which brings this down even further. Honestly, it is a pretty impressive game. Massive open world action game here where you basically get to be Iron Man, and you can play it co-op with friends as well. The game did suffer from problems at launch and kind of was overhyped and overpromised by EA. Didn't ever get sort of fixed and brought to that level that EA promised it would, but they did fix a lot of the launch issues. So if you did pick it up or play it at launch and you're hesitant about it, it has been improved since then and is worth checking out. Thief, this game is always down to $2 as well, 90% off. Thief is like a knockoff Dishonored, or it's actually probably like what Dishonored was based on, but Dishonored kind of does everything better. It's like a budget version of Dishonored essentially, so if you're into those kind of stealth action first person games, this is a good one to try, but it is pretty rough. It wasn't the best Thief game, and it doesn't stack up to Dishonored. Unravel is $3.99, 80% off. It's also part of EA Access. This game here is a really, really easy platinum trophy if you're looking for that, but if you're looking for just a really fun and kind of nice side-scrolling game to play, especially a family-friendly one, then this is a great option for you. Batman 3 Beyond, this is a Lego game down to $5.24. Lego games generally fit into that sort of $7 to $15 price point. There are a bunch of them discounted in the sale as well. If you're looking for a pretty easy platinum that is a bit time-consuming, the Lego games are always good options for that. They're just basically hack and slash collectathon games where you can never die, but it does have really good split-screen co-op in them as well, which is kind of fun to play with a significant other or a sibling while you're playing through them. Murdered Soul Suspect was a launch window game for the PlayStation 4, published by Square Enix. I can't remember the studio who developed it. They were shut down shortly after this game, sadly. It's an interesting game. It's sort of a semi-open world game where you play as a detective ghost who is solving his own murder, so the person who killed him. The premise is really, really cool. The execution is not so good. Trophy hunters are probably familiar with this game because it's a very easy platinum trophy, but there are a ton of collectibles, so you do need to follow a guide through this one. But it does some really interesting elements around detective and using detective skills like the Sherlock Holmes games, and some action stealth elements as well. I actually rate this one. It's not too bad, and for $2, it is fantastic. Normally I would say it's like a 6 out of 10 in terms of quality, but at $2, it's easily a 10 out of 10. Great price for this. You're getting decent value for $2. All of the Yakuza games are discounted, so you can get all of them for $10 each, or they have different bundles where I think they work out to be $20 each or something like that. So this is a good time for you to jump in and play through all the Yakuza games. Pretty much every Yakuza game available, that's ever launched, has been remastered, re-released, or redone on the PlayStation 4 at this point, so the PS4 is really the place to jump in and play all the Yakuza games. How to Survive, this is kind of left field because this is probably not one I would normally recommend. $4. This is kind of like a Diablo game, but set in the zombie apocalypse. Isometric third-person hack and slash. I actually really enjoyed this game when I played it. It has a really quirky narrative about how to survive, kind of a take on Zombieland to a degree, but you're on this sort of tropical island taking out zombies. I really enjoyed this when I played it back in 2015 or 2016, so I do recommend this. And there is a sequel to it as well, which is even better. Blob 2, 80% off, $5.99. Look, it's $5.99 if you want to check this one out. It's not the best game on this list, and I'm not going to go out there and vouch for it. I think Blob was really good on the Wii. I don't think it ever evolved beyond what it was on the Wii, but look, it's here for $6 if you want to check it out. The Dwarves is $8. This is another isometric Diablo-style RPG game. $8, not a bad price. It's actually part of PlayStation Now, and I believe this has been included in PlayStation Plus or Xbox Games with Gold at one stage as well. It was a freebie. I did remember checking this out back in the day because I thought it could be an easy platinum, and it is not. And then we have Torn. Torn is $7.49. This originally was a VR game. I believe it is non-VR now as well. Walking simulator style mystery puzzle game, and not bad. Not a bad game if you're looking for something like a bit more intriguing mystery walking sim, and to check that one out. There you go. That is a bunch of sales. That was a quick fire round of sales. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm just trying to do things a little bit differently, see if we can keep things more alive by doing quick fire stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't like it, give a like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys later. Patreons, it is that time again. Thank you each and every one of you popping up on the screen here for supporting me this month on Patreon. It is thanks to all of you that we can keep these lights on in the back of the studio. Without you, the lights wouldn't be on. So thank you so much for that. If you want to support me further on Patreon or as a channel member, you can hit the join button directly below this video on YouTube, or the link in the description down below to go over to Patreon and help support the channel. Thank you guys, you're all legends.